All right, it's recording. All right, so we're talking to Matt Serra about what it's like being a smaller fighter and having larger opponents.
Where is this going? The smaller fighter. Go ahead, I'm with you.
And, knocking people out that happen to be a little bit,
Well, that
just
doesn't
basically
suck.
taking trees
You want to know how
down.
that feels? It doesn't suck when you knock somebody out. It's fun.
All right, well, what are some of the things that you work on when it comes to your stand-up, knowing that you're a small fighter, like cutting the distance?
Now, see, the thing is, everybody, it's funny because they think that, all right, this guy's got a longer reach.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to lower the music or is it?
No, this is fine.
When somebody's got a longer reach, they'll just outstrike me. But
Right.
a lot of it has to do with awareness. A lot of it has to do with timing, and that all gets worked out in sparring.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So when you're sparring, it's not that I'm sitting here going punch to punch with my chin up to the ceiling.
Right.
You know, I might not have the best reach, but I outstrike guys that are taller than me all the time with better
Yeah,
reach.
exactly.
The in and out, working the body, it's right there for me. I do a lot of that, and a lot of
Okay.
guys don't do enough of that in MMA. I like to go, especially, like for instance, my last fight was a guy that is, my last couple of fights were guys that are better with the ground and pound. If I just wanted to headhunt, it's so easy for the guy just to lower his level and get right underneath me to put me down.
Right.
Another advantage of being shorter, it's harder for them to get underneath me.
Yeah.
But when you work the body, it's harder for them also to get underneath that. And once you know where the body is, you know where the head is.
Okay.
A lot of times, with the St. Pierre fight, the first one, I started low, and then I went up high,
Right.
and it got me the title.
It was similar with Trig too. You
Same
rolled,
thing.
and then you like coming off a punch. You rolled
Yeah,
off a punch.
I
and
went to hit the
overhand.
body, and he stood right in front of me. That was his mistake because he was trying to. It's harder also for these guys. It takes, unless they're doing uppercuts.
Right.
It's harder for them to punch down. It sounds funny when you're talking about your
Right.
height. It's hard for them to punch down, but they're punching down. I'm like a little armadillo. My chin's tucked. I'm at the top of my eyes. So when they go in to punch down for me, I go low, but then I come up high,
Right.
and I can get a lot
So-
of Turk on it.
Haymakers can leave fighters vulnerable. So when do you know to use it? From off of something, or
No, see, it's funny. It's almost like it's not like there's a specific time. There might be in the fight a specific time to land it, but what you do is it's like another day of sparring.
Right.
If you land it, you get your timing down, being like, all right, you just it's all about staying in the moment.
Yeah.
And not just looking for it. It'll come.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was knocking that guy out in the first round last fight. Same thing with St. Pierre. I didn't know, but I knew. But put it this way: in a day of sparring, I know if I landed a number of shots on this guy's chin or his temple, even good body shots, and I led upstairs. If I'm getting it off in sparring, I after that sparring session, I'm saying to myself, all right, with the little gloves, if I land some of those same shots
Yeah.
I landed today, I landed last week, there's a good chance this guy is going to be going to sleep.
coming from jiu-jitsu first, right?
Yes.
And then going into stand-up and being really what you consider a jiu-jitsu guy, and then having all these knockouts. What is it that you had to adjust for when you started doing stand-up?
No, it's a little bit different. No, it's not so much what I had to adjust to. It's about just getting my game all well-rounded. I broke on the scene with known as that jiu-jitsu guy.
Right, because you
know
were the
what I mean?
first black belt
Under Henzo Gracie, yeah. And I had a name for myself, like Randy Couture had a name for himself in Matt Hughes, like guys like that. They had names for themselves they made a name for themselves in wrestling. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's their credentials. That's their background. Chuck Liddell had the same kind of thing, but in Kempo and stand up. Crow Crop. I mean, it's all guys. BJ Penn again came from the jiu-jitsu. So that's what I was known for. But at the same time, I was 18 years old, going in a tough man contest. That was just striking,
I remember the
at the
jaw.
Palladium. I got that from there. I know. Look at that. She's about to puke now. Thank you. I got that from that. I was 18 years old. I got my jaw out of whack, but
Whoa!
yeah, it's not good, right? That's last one.
Oh,
Yes. See? Yeah. Soon Biff's gonna be like, I'm out of here. Hang in there, Biff. We're doing all right.
All right, so when it comes to sticking and moving in MMA, what's the difference between that and boxing? Because the boxing stance and the MMA stance are so completely different.
You see, I mean, that's so funny because some boxers will watch it and be like, oh, these guys don't know how to punch. You know what? Put all your weight on your front leg in the octagon.
Right.
Not
With
only
low legs coming
the
at
leg,
you.
somebody's going to kick your leg off because all your weight's on it, And not only that, it's easier to get taken down. Easily, boom, come right in, pick up a single leg, dump you on your ass. So,
What, did it shut down?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
but she's a pro. You thought she dropped the camera. She's like, bing, bing. But
Angles.
different angles.
Yeah.
What the hell was the question?
We were talking about the difference between a boxing stance and boxing punches to sticking and moving in MMA.
You know what? There's just more things you have to. In boxing, you have to worry about two things: the left and the right.
Mm-hmm.
In mixed martial arts, all right, you have the left, the right. Also, both elbows,
Knees.
both legs, both knees. Not to mention the takedowns. You know, you got stuff to worry about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So you can't. You know, if you're just concentrating. Do we have a kids class today?
Yes, we do.
But what are they? What's going on? Why are they here an hour early? Hey, buddy.
Hey.
All right. We'll just keep this PG-13.
Okay.
Let's work. All right.
So the difference between the stances, like what would they look like?
Well, I mean, you know, you could distribute your that way if you're just throwing punches. Joseph Gio, what's up, buddy? What's up, pal? Come on, you want to see a flying arm lock? Come over here, say hello, real quick. Come on, real quick. Just give me a pound. Give me a pound, I'll get you out of here.
What?
Joseph, I
Pause it
didn't
if
know
you
who it
want.
was. I didn't know who this was.